5G is right around the corner, and it's now even merging with the International Horticultural Expo. Walking inside this 5G exhibition hall led by China Telecom, inevitably you meet the huge crowds of visitors. They're not here for taking selfies with rare plants, but a totally fresh experience. First, this is a humanoid robot. Thanks to the 5G's ultra speed and fewer delays, it actually allows the robot to simulate what the stuff is doing at the same time. Another setting that's joining huge crowds here is this VR helmet. It enables visitors to watch live stream footage of the drums flying around the expo venue. To realize that the 5G is work with its data transmission between the drum and the helmet. And going this way, we reached the security patrol system of the expo, using the image pattern to recognize people's faces as well as their identities. And finally, we come to the Expo Smart Management System, involving over 5,000 facilities, such as the trash can here. From the moment I threw the bottle inside, it was tracked. When the can is full, an alert will be issued on the screen to warn management. And it took staff here just 6 months to build this complex network.
Thanks to 5G's broader network connections, we've connected 5G with sensors installed in each facility. We've tested the whole system numerous times. This could be a miniature version of a future smart city when 5G is fully put into use.
And this smart system can also be applied to shuttle buses like the one I'm sitting now. The world is testing 5G, and many are counting the day when it's fully commercialized by 2020.
What you're looking at is ceiling coupling agent. It sounds quite technical, but it's actually everywhere in your life. The chemical substance is widely used in tires, cars, planes, even tires in your home.
It helps glue organic and inorganic materials together. Without it, it would be almost impossible to link organic and inorganic materials. The granite slabs we use in the kitchens and bathrooms are mostly man-made, which is a mixture of granite, gravel, powder, and resin. The silane coupling agent helps make them a slab.
Ding Bing came back to the Chinese town of Zhejiang in 2014 after obtaining his master's degree in the US. The small industrial city prioritizes new material development, and the financial support and accommodation are provided to overseas returnees like Ding to lure more of them here.
The local government has just released some new policies to lure talent. The city's Youth League Committee works directly with entrepreneurs and overseas returnees. Graduates with higher education also get extra funding.
Many Chinese cities now find themselves competing to lure young workers, most notably central China's Wuhan, a city known for its technological innovations. But Zhejiang, a city on a much smaller scale, seems confident.
It's never too late to start a campaign of recruiting and attracting talent. We are promoting the policies to attract young workers and talent. Each individual city in China is working to win some over, and we are no exception.
Figures show the number of college graduates in China reached a new record of over 8 million last year, and the job markets in small and medium-sized cities are rapidly catching up. Chinese cities these days are competing with each other to lure talent, all promising to offer the best job opportunities. And many cities at the county level are not passing up the chance. But for many small Chinese cities, keeping their own talent from leaving is already difficult.
Whether it tastes great or is less filling, China's beer drinkers now want a better brew. In the past, the buzz was all about cheaper domestic brands, but now consumers have more options when buying.
Our previous strategy was to earn the highest sales in the Chinese market, so we would produce a beer that was suitable for most drinkers in China. But now, because young people have new preferences, we develop products according to their tastes.
China Resources Snow Breweries, one of the nation's biggest beer companies, now rolls out new beers specifically for the middle and high-end market. Brave the World Super X, Craftsmanship, and Mars Green are some of their newest brands. At 8 to 15 yuan per bottle, many wonder, has the quality gone up with the price?
We have further designed wheat consistency, alcohol, flavor, taste, and color so that these products will stand out, personalized, and different from the previous ones.
B says CRSB's total income in 2018 increased by almost 8% over the previous year. Total sales of middle and high-end beers have increased nearly 5%, while total sales of traditional cheaper ones decreased 3 to 4%.
It's a trend that every beer company in China should grasp. If they fail to do so, they will lose out in the competition down the road.
While many Chinese enjoy middle and high-end beers at home, at most bars, the cheaper ones remain the life of the party.
Our cheaper beers sell more. The expensive ones are more expensive in the bars, and most people cannot accept the prices.
Yang adds that price is still an essential factor for young people when it comes to buying beer.
The cheaper ones I usually go for. I'm a student, see, so I buy the Tsingtao is pretty cheap. I can usually get a Tsingtao for, up to 5 kwai.
But no matter how China's beer economy plays out, experts agree that more options are always better for consumers.
Trees have been uprooted. Street lamp has been knocked down. Motorcycles have been thrown onto ground. These were dramatic scenes in the city of Bhubaneswar after tropical cyclone Fani made landfall in the eastern coast of India on Friday.
Tree running and falling, and so this electricity kuti down. So this time people are standing, just resting, just sitting, not sleeping, not enjoy this area. Climate is very poor.
As many trains were cancelled, the local train station has become a temporary shelter for stranded passengers and the homeless. The monster cyclone tore off part of the roof of the railway station. Luckily, no casualties were reported. The railway station's manager said he had never seen such strong winds.
Very damaged feeling, very bad experience that I was really afraid. Like first time I have seen such type of wind that is 220 km/h wind. I have never seen such type of wind.
Local media reports that up to 8 people could have been dead. The Indian government has implemented evacuation effort very early on. Millions were evacuated ahead of the storm. Though there was still no stable power supply, rescue team has been busy with cleansing work. Apparently, it still takes time for life to return normal for locals.
Over the years, Jakarta has quickly become a densely populated city. Home to more than 10 million people, accommodating all of its residents has proven to be complicated. The city has gotten so crowded that the Indonesian government confirmed its decision on relocating Indonesia's capital city. The plan to move has been long discussed, more than 60 years in the making.
We live in a city where traffic jams cost us up to $42 million a year. On top of that, Jakarta is pressurized by modern urbanization, poverty, and land subsidence, among other issues. It seems the government wants to separate Jakarta's problems from those of Indonesia so they can deal with them properly. If a city is causing this much problem, it is a wise choice for government officials to move out of here.
Jakarta is also carrying the burden of being the center of government services as well as a hub for businesses. Experts believe Indonesia's development has been too focused on the island of Java. Relocating the capital city would spread out economic growth evenly across the country. However, economists predict the move would come with several challenges.
The disadvantage is, I think, we can relate it to the first one is the cost of moving to the new capital. I think it's very expensive, and it can take more than 10 years, not only for the infrastructure project, but for the city planning until finished. And the second one, I think it can create the new problem of the inequality because Jakarta people move, the government from the Jakarta move to the new capital city, let's say in the Palangkaraya, in the Kalimantan. So there's like a gap in terms of the wages, gap in terms of income between the new people come from Jakarta and then the local people.
The government has not mentioned where it is likely to move its capital city, but Palangkaraya in central Kalimantan is one of the front runners. The nation's founding father, President Sukarno, proposed this idea back in 1957.
Jakarta is located in the island of Java. More than 60% of Indonesia's 260 million people reside on this coastline. It's also located in the red zone area, prone to natural disasters like earthquakes, flooding, and volcanic eruptions. Moving the capital city to Kalimantan, for example, would be a much safer choice.
The government believes the move could present Indonesia with opportunities to become a more developed country and a strong powerhouse in the global economic front.